Hawaii that your clients see is a wonderful world of almost infinite variety, as old as the volcanic mountains that built the land, and as new as the towering buildings made by man.
There's no place
to sell
like Hawaii. For your clients, more to do and more to see. More facilities for touring graciously. That means more commissions too. Agents, we've got news for you. There's no place
to sell
like Hawaii.
The airline's boys piss in the pineapple juice. The cook threw the steak on the floor, and they throw stones at the tour bus of Texans. Poor Malihini vacationing in a war zone.
I'm from Holland.
Johnson City, Tennessee.
Pocatello, Idaho.
Denver, Colorado.
Holland, Michigan.
From Japan.
From India.
Australia.
And where are you from?
We're from Philadelphia.
From Philadelphia. Oh, that's a long way off.
Yeah.
The li'i one.
Yeah. Yeah, when the lava came into our yard, I was here watching. Came in and start flowing that way, flow this way. And watching all this lava flowing, you know. I mean, how the lava came and made new land. First time I watched that, you know. I like to write in Hawaiian because I love the language, yeah. Although I don't know how to speak Hawaiian that good, just a little, you know, but I write the music in Hawaii.
So, did you learn Hawaiian when you were growing up?
No, no. Only when I met my husband, and my mother-in-law used to speak Hawaiian to me a little.
When my mother was growing up and she was going to school here in Kalapana, Hawaiian language was forbidden in school from the DOE. And if they were caught speaking Hawaiian Hawaiian language in school, they was to be punished. And punished, what I meant is they raised their fingers up like so. And with the guava stick, hit your hands and make you remember why they hit your hands. Don't speak Hawaiian in school. And in 1893, there was an illegal overthrow of our kingdom because of the white people that came in. All these businessmen seen the value of our land, and because they seen what they could get out of it, they all got together and overthrown our kingdom, overthrown our queen, and put her in her own jail with the help of the United States Marine at that time. And to me, I feel by them doing that, it was very illegally. Who are they to overthrow our Hawaiian nation, our kingdom? In 1993, that'll be next year, it will be 100 years. And if we're not going to do nothing about it, they still are going to step on us, maybe till the world turns to an end.
So, why did you come to Hawaii?
I'm on my way from Las Vegas for an electronic show.
Well, basically to see this volcano and just to compare it with all the other islands we've been to.
Well, I came with a group from school playing the band. The band's playing at the Hula Bowl.
Vacation. Warmth. It's snowing at home.
Celebrate anniversary, her birthday, and plus it's snowing at home.
Oh, the surf and the sun?
Just for a vacation. We wanted to escape the cold weather.
It's supposed to be a great place to just relax and have fun.
This poem was written in 1979 when I was a cocktail waitress at the Sheraton on the island of Kauai. It's called Split Personality, Who is the Enemy? Some workers in the tourist trade develop split personalities. We have to be aloha because the more we give, the more tips we get. So I wear flowers in my hair, fake the smiles, and feel sorry for them when I give them my blue Hawaiis.
They would have laid down their lives, I'm sure. The bulk of the people, had they really known. But Queen said, no. She can't see. Why should we give up our people when we already lost so many of our people in the diseases that were brought over? So she was like a mother. No, I don't want to lose any more of my children, you know? So if we have to go this route, let's go this route. We can survive. I think that's what she would have said. We give in for this shorter time. The main thing is to survive. I would love to see us get some of our land back. We know, without a doubt, that we can't get all of our islands back. That when a person is born, they can never go back to the womb of their mother. Like us right now. The womb is our Aina, the land. And we can't go back to the womb. We can't go back entirely to the way that we used to live. But yet I would like to see enough of our land given back to us, because they are ceded land, they are Hawaiian Home Commission lands. We still have enough land there that would be ample for our people to live on and to be a people. From the ocean to the mountain, that was our lifestyle. Our prayers used to be so powerful. They don't want us to come together today to see us doing a prayerful thing, but we are having one in January.
So the blue smoke too, that's indicates the tube, huh?
Yeah, sometimes it'll be just a flow that's slowly cooling and still degassing. But in general, you can almost trace the tube by the blue smoke. But you can see there's different areas here. It's possible that the tube kind of bifurcates or in here as well, so it splits up
before it gets out to the coast.
Right, exactly. So that you could have multiple tubes that are degassing away. I think we're standing on something, but then there's clearly something over there. Something over there. The beauty of the volcano is it's something so spectacular that you can't ignore it. And I think it forces you to be aware of the land. It forces you to realize that there are things bigger than yourself. Pacific plate is moving north-northwest over a fixed hotspot. At least that's what we think. And as the plate moves over the hotspot, magmas rise up through it and erupt onto the surface to form the massive volcanoes that you see now. And actually what we are on, these islands, are the very, very tops of these volcanoes. Well, a lot of people say it's kind of appropriate that I became a geologist, especially a volcanologist, because being part Hawaiian, I was brought up with the knowledge that, I was Hawaiian, but I wasn't brought up in the culture. So when I moved back here, I knew I wanted to learn a little bit about my culture, so I figured the most appropriate way was to learn hula. It wasn't at all what I had thought. I thought, okay, I'll learn one aspect of my culture because I'm really behind everybody else, so I'll concentrate on one area, and I didn't realize that I would just not only learn hula, but I would learn a little bit about the language. I would learn about chants. I would learn how to make leis, how to make my instruments, how to weave lauhala and clean it. And So it's actually been kind of a much more broad education than I ever expected. And a few months ago, one of our kumuhula sat down and she told us that there was going to be a big ceremony and that Hawaiians were going to be observing the overthrow of the monarchy. And she said, we don't want this to be mourning. We want it to be something more positive. When Liliuokalani was overthrown, they thought that the Hawaiians would, of course, eventually die out and their culture would die. And it hasn't, and it's survived for the last 100 years. And so we want this to be a celebration of these, 100 years of survival, and we want it to be also the opening to another 100 years.
Do you like Hawaii?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's unbelievable if you see this national park. It's so fantastic.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
lovely ocean and beautiful scenery and green and everything.
Good, very enjoyable. Very different.
It's very nice. Beautiful. You can't really, with these cameras and stuff, you can't describe, what you get to see around here. It's just unbelievable.
We want to see the volcanoes. It's very impressive.
Volcano morning before breakfast. Fingering through cold fire, charred ashes for pieces of bone and fiber from that other time. Fingertips soot black, only charcoal pieces in this pit. Still a recent burial, burned memories and voices not turned to stone yet. Hands outstretched, we hold palms to the heavens. Slight, smoky smelling altars we are waiting to receive. Nearby, all the voices and memories we'll ever need.
It started in December of 1991. A concept, an idea hit my mind. Now, Hawaiians call it a type of vision. I had seen a multitude of people surrounding a crater. The Hawaiian people were gathered in the centermost part, right near the edge, drumming on these pahu drums, the big drums of ours, beating like the heartbeat of the earth. Then I heard the crying, the sadness of the people, of the Hawaiian people. And then I heard the voice telling me, gather the people together.
Hana o aho he moku, hana o Kauai he moku, hana o ni'ihau he moku, he ula au ka ho'olawe.
How do you do the end?
He ula, yeah, he ula. It's like o ka ho'olawe. Yeah, he ula o ka.
I mean, what's the first thing you want to do, right? When you want to take something over, is you take away the language, because then the people can't communicate with each other on the, make it illegal. And then you break down the culture through the language. And that's exactly what happened. There's approximately 21,000 Hawaiians still on the waiting list for land. There's, this is only an estimation, but that's because most of the files have been lost. But what files they did have, over 30,000 Hawaiians have died waiting on the list. That's pretty important. That's critical. I mean, it makes you want to cry when you think about it, because in 1893 there were only approximately 46,000 left.
She felt from the vision when I was explaining it to her, she could feel the energy and the seriousness of this event. And so from that point on, from February, she has coordinated everything up to the point we're at, where in a couple of days, the event will become a reality.
Koho'ia. And that word means when, kind of like when you don't have a choice, when something kind of chooses you, you don't choose it, and then once you've taken it in, it becomes something you have to do. I have not lost my faith at all, except for a couple times when I felt really like it was bigger than I was able to handle, because I'm a telescope operator. That's all I do. But because I felt passion for the people and the land, and I know that we have to get together, and we have to unify, and we need to pray. It's important. You should go to the source first to make right yourself, because if yourself isn't right, then you can't make right anything else.
Iku mau mau. Ikua. Iku mau mau. Iku hulu hulu. Ika lana wau. Ikua. Iku lana wau. Ikua. Ikua huki. Ikua ko. Ikua mau. Amau ka e hulu. E huki e kuya. Mai ka ino. Ai. And all this is the standing together, the firmness. Everybody, Iku, stand together. Move everybody together. Oh, I love it.
Actually, the man that talked to me from public radio this morning asked me that same thing. He kept saying, oh, and you think this ceremony is going to help the struggle? And I kept saying, yeah, And I kept saying, yes. Finally, I said, yes, when you pray, when you have opened the heavens, and your chants have flown freely to the heavens, I think it will help people's heart. I think when Auntie first had her vision, she saw mourning, tears, a lot of them. I think people are going to feel the need to release the past. Not forget, just release the past.
We had been kaput from talking small talk, and that we needed to talk about the important things in life and to do it together, and that we needed to focus. When the night came, we had to focus onto the new, the tomorrow. And that was very powerful, because when people gave their testimony, they gave solutions. It's so enriching to look around you and feel the connection of the trees, the connection in the wind, in the lava, the ocean. You know, that we may be looking at this one object in the universe, but this one object has connections to me because I'm made of the same things it's made of. And so, in that sense, I didn't feel that it was too odd for me to be a part of Kamaka'eha.
There was a truth that went out, and the truth of the vision was to open up their hearts, to rejuvenate their hearts. And that was so evident as you saw people come and go, crying with the tears, with the love. They were placed back into their way of living, of feeling, of listening, of being aware of what is around them. And now it turns into the political idea of what can we do? What seems political to some people is our life. It is our life.
Each Hawaiian should be allowed to have land. I don't think it's that big of an issue. It is because nobody wants to give it back, but it's Hawaiians are not entitled to the land simply because they were the guardians of the land before anybody came. They are entitled to it because through American law.
This is where I used to hunt before. Yeah, for my family, for my children. All back up there. Wild pigs, some wild cows. That's how I made a living. But they have the papaya factory, people using it, renting it. But our own people cannot be or settle on that land out there. That's good pastoral land. Very good. So anyway, I had put a boundary over here. You see that boundary? I want to claim that. From there all the way back to my house. I have an idea what I want to use this portion that is in the front of my house. And I have plans for it. And I called the Office of Land and Natural, and I told them that I wanted to lease this land. They said it's under the state. Rightfully, anything that is added out to the ocean belongs to the Hawaiian, not the state. More so, it touched base with me. It's telling me something. Hey, brother, here is the land. Go and make use. What I wanted to do is to put an aquaculture thing out there. Not for me, but for my son. We have 22,000 Hawaiians on the Hawaiian home waiting list till today. And what they're waiting for them to all die. And I'm a pure Hawaiian. I'm still waiting. I think I'm on the list, I'd say about going to 6 years now. And there's lots of land. And, you know, it gets to a point where I tell myself, If all of us Hawaiians get together and walk on that land and just put up our house instead of waiting for these guys to award us that land. I say, hey, come on, our people, let's walk on it.
Ka'u acid rain desert. Warm sand blown by the wind and circled driftwood, the gray glitter from volcanic spitter. Hard ohia grows, young shoots green from gnarled nails, varicose. The chant hits hard in the chest. You are deserted, alone. No answers here, only comfort.
Because, yeah, it's been 100 years since the United States took over Hawaii, and right now the Native Hawaiians are fighting to get their land back. So do you think they should get more control of their land?
I have no opinion about this. Absolutely not. No, I would have to think about it. I don't know enough about it.
I don't think I know enough of the history to really say anything.
Yeah.
I don't even live in America, so mainland out here, so I don't really know anything about it.
I don't know, if you don't live here, we don't really understand
Dan,
the whole
yeah.
issue. So
I suppose it'd be like if you'd come over to Australia and you'd say the same thing about our Aborigines, that they control, or they actually have a lot of the land, but they don't have a lot of control of it, so we don't know the historical side of the local Hawaiians. So it's very difficult to comment.
Yes, I really do. It's their land. Yeah. But from what I read about it, it was kind of underhanded the way they took it away from them anyway. Yeah. Just to be honest with you, but you know that's 100 years ago, and the United States government, you know, they have to deal with things like this, whether they want to give it back or not.
It's hard to tell from where we come from.
Yeah.
We're an outsider to that.
Yeah, it just doesn't affect us. I can see some really neat things happening if that were true. Like we were on Molokai, and it's not overrun by tourists, and it should stay that way. And the Hawaiians having a little more sovereignty would give them a little more say in what parts could be exploited by tourists and what couldn't. I think that would be a good idea.
I'm not familiar with Hawaiian history to know all what happened, but if it was taken from them without their consent, they should be compensated or should be given back.
Well, to be honest with you, I'm not informed on the issue to say one way or the other. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks a lot. We just, wanted to know what people thought about it.
Okay. Yeah, it's I can be honest and say I don't know much about it.
I think the Hawaiians who have no homes right now should just go to the Hawaiian homes land and live there. It's their land. Just do what people are doing here. Just go live on it. Pitch your tent and build your lean-to and fish from the ocean and go for it.
My people, hey, coming from the sea. Holy Marco, Makaipuakane. Holy Marco, Makalani, Keke, right on in from the sea. Yeah. Then when I get so apparent to me that every time the brothers and the sisters they fight all in the society, well, do they back up their ukana, the suburban plicators, oh, right back to the sea. You know, I wanted to feel the Hawaiian. I wanted to be with my aina. You know, not only be a legislative paper sovereign. You know, I didn't want to be just a constitutional sovereign with paper. I wanted to get dirt in my hand. You know, learn these things. Learn how to throw net. You know, I used to just fish on a boat, but I never did shoreline fish. Pound opi, make a armor, you know, gather my food. And so when I came back here to this area, it was just magic. You have to want to do them by yourself. You know, you want to build, you want to create your world. And not be just wait there for your world be created and pay be in a hole all your life paying a debt. So everybody in there build their own house. You know, like with rubbish, I went rubbish dump, build my whole toilet. It's still standing 12 years later. Outhouse and my shower.
That's great. So you just went and built your homes there?
Yeah.
Did they give you any trouble or anything?
Yeah, they tried to evict us 3 times. Because in the Department of Hawaiian Homes, anytime the Hawaiian want to go on a property, on the aina, they tell them, no infrastructure. See now, once we went in that aina and accepted aina without electricity or water, Hawaiian Homes had nothing to say. They had no excuse why you cannot go. And so that is sovereignty. To me, sovereignty is your ability to do that, you know, and to survive. And plus with the sovereignty movement, I don't think anybody can guarantee you that things going to change. Whether or not they're going to allow grassroots people into the, you know, grassroots, not only the people, but the mana'o, the philosophy of aloha aina, of malamaka aina, you know, of doing these things, of working in harmony with the land. Whether or not a Hawaiian businessman is any more sensitive than a white businessman is yet to be seen. Because a square is a square, whether it's in the shade or in the sun.
So you think it's right for the Hawaiians to say that this is our land, so we'll camp on it and we'll stay on it?
Well, you know, when you talk about right there, whose law are you talking about? Now, if you're talking about the Hawaiian way, then we're right. Now, if you're talking about the American law, then we're wrong, because they do have control.
When Liliuokalani got overthrown, all of the islands said, we still standing with you. So to me, 1993 reflects that we have not stopped resisting. You know, resistance is in our form of saying we never voted to be America. We never chose to be American, and we still don't.
have not come here to celebrate, nor have we come to mourn, but we have come to mark the turning of a page in the history of our people.
You gotta attempt to try go back on the land. You know, if you're gonna wait for somebody to come give you sovereignty, bring lunch.
It really feels like change in history is now. I really feel that this show of all these people, the speeches,
and the account that I've gotten from some of the park people that were around here is 10,000 people have gathered. It's going to come pretty soon, these tears, but it's going to be for joy, and I'm going to shout for joy. Listen to that. You hear the voices. Listen to the voices. Look at the children around you. They're proud. The people's faces are proud. Yeah?
It is a weaving you and the ocean of heaving land around you. Each breath of salt spray and rain dust filled you, reminds you now. It is in your bones, it feeds your marrow. Spirit clouds comb the crust of choppy seas between islands, remembering the child feasting on a hooky, orange-lipped and fingered from a laughing time, a free time. Then the young adult, angered, bittered, battered. With pen now we write wiser. Feast again from those sources. There is still work to be done.